sudden chill coursed through me as water abruptly rushed up onto my face. Dazed and confused, I said to myself, "Where am I? How did I get here?" My surroundings were a blurry haze. I found myself lying on a beach with waves crashing over me beneath the glow of a vivid moon. A sharp pain in my head signaled that I must have suffered a hard blow, resulting in a bleeding wound. What had happened? Weak and disoriented, I scanned the desolate beach, my only companion being a lighthouse at the tip of the peninsula. Slowly, I began to regain my bearings and moved in its direction. The lighthouse, weathered and battered by countless storms, stood tall and solitary against the night sky. Its beam of light pierced through the darkness, illuminating my path. I urgently knocked on the door, calling for help, but received no response. Then, with a creak, the door swung open. I cautiously stepped inside, my voice echoing through the towering walls and spiral staircase as I continued to call for assistance. Footsteps echoed on the stairs, and before long, an old man appeared, bearing a striking resemblance to a lighthouse keeper. His face was etched with the passage of time, and his eyes seemed to hold a lifetime of memories. "What do you want?" he inquired. "I need help," I replied, my voice shaky. "I woke up on the beach. I don't know what happened. Can you please help me?" The old man gestured for me to sit down. "Take a seat. You've got an open wound on your head. Let me take a look." When I requested to use his phone, he informed me that he had none. The lighthouse operated on gas. "I need to get to a hospital," I urged. "You won't be going anywhere tonight. There's a massive storm approaching. It's best if you stay here. There's a spare room on the next floor. I'll arrange for help in the morning." He brought me a hot cup of tea infused with whiskey to help alleviate my shock. I downed it quickly. It was strong. I thanked him and made my way up to the small room, which held a modest bed with a bedside locker and lamp and a tiny window overlooking the sea. As the wind howled and the waves grew more ferocious with the advancing storm, I lay down on the bed and eventually drifted into a deep sleep. Suddenly, I was jolted awake by a suffocating sensation. My vision was blurred, and I saw the figure of the lighthouse keeper looming over me, his grimy hands wrapped tightly around my neck, his body pressing down heavily. Panic surged as I struggled to break free, his grip tightening with every passing second. Just as I felt myself slipping away, I summoned the strength to roll off the bed, sending us both crashing to the floor. Gasping for air, I managed to kick him away. I grabbed the lamp on the locker, using it to strike him on the head, buying myself some precious time to escape. I sprinted down the stairs, but the entrance door was locked. I said to myself, "I'm trapped." I rushed into another small bedroom on the first floor, devoid of windows, and barricaded myself inside using an old wardrobe. As I scanned the room, I noticed numerous photos of a young woman adorning the walls. It appeared to be a girl's bedroom, yet the girl herself was nowhere to be found. Who was she? Who was this lighthouse keeper, and why did he want me dead? His footsteps grew nearer as the storm intensified outside. He brandished an axe and began relentlessly hacking at the door, the scene reminiscent of a horror movie. My gaze fell upon a toolbox with a hammer inside. I grasped it tightly, ready to defend myself. He continued to assail the door until it finally gave way, the floor crumbling beneath him. Bursting into the room, he swung the axe, but I hurled the hammer, deflecting the blow and knocking him to the ground. Without hesitation, I leaped over him. "Why are you doing this?" I demanded. "You killed my daughter," he responded. I sprinted towards the main area with the staircase. My only escape seemed to be upward. Was the girl in the photographs his daughter? Why did he believe I had taken her life when I had no recollection of anything? Reaching the top of the lantern room, I managed to step outside onto the lighthouse's observation deck. The powerful beam of light washed over my skin as it swept around, and the storm raged with unrelenting rain and ferocious winds. The lighthouse keeper advanced toward me, stating, "You took her life. Now I will take yours." As I stepped back, Clinging to the guardrail for dear life, I pleaded with him, insisting that I was not responsible for his daughter's death. But in my backward retreat, I slipped. His looming shadow cast itself over me as I cried out, "No, please don't do this!" He raised his axe, and in one fell swoop, darkness engulfed me. Was I dead? Suddenly, voices broke through. A man was calling my name. Mike, are you okay? I'm a paramedic. We're taking you to the hospital." I opened my eyes to find myself in an ambulance, utterly bewildered. I asked, "What happened? Where is the lighthouse keeper?" The paramedic chuckled and replied, "Lighthouse keeper? That place has been abandoned for years. Headquarters received an SOS during the storm. You were washed overboard while on a rental boat with your friends. You were missing for hours and presumed dead. Fortunately, you washed ashore before drowning. Your family was extremely worried. We've alerted them and they'll meet us at the hospital." "But the lighthouse keeper was real," I insisted. "Who killed his daughter?" The paramedic looked thoughtful and replied, "That's quite intriguing. There's a haunting ghost story circulating in this town, cantered around old Captain Barrows. Legend has it that his restless spirit wanders the corridors of the ancient Barrows Lighthouse, driven by an unquenchable thirst for revenge after his daughter's tragic demise. He spent his days relentlessly searching for her killer, a futile pursuit that eventually drove him to the brink of madness, carrying that burning rage with him to the grave," I remarked, still shaken by the experience. It all felt so vivid. The paramedic offered reassurance, saying, "The sea has strange ways of playing tricks on people. Luckily, you're alive to share your tale." I mumbled with a sigh of relief. Lucky indeed.